Hey, I'm Jim Search, and welcome to Understanding Upstate, the podcast dedicated to exploring what makes upstate New York such a unique place. Each week, my co-host Rob Adler and I dive into a new upstate topic to better understand what's up upstate. And this week, we are about to go to Buffalo to check out the deliciousness that is Jim's Steakout. This is going to be a ride, and I'm very excited about it because there's some firsthand lived experience behind what these people have to offer, and caramba, fucking magnificent, I must say, Rob.
Yeah, I think if you've listened to any of our other episodes, you've learned by now that I'm a fan of a sandwich. I'm very excited to talk about these. These King of Buffalo sandwiches. They are,
sure.
They look delicious.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as a native of Broome County, you know, Speedies are in my heart and soul, right? But there's definitely a soft spot because I went to school. I went to school right outside of Buffalo. I went to college, so there certainly was some Jim's Steakout, which we'll talk about. Well, we're going to talk about this in a little bit.
Sure.
But you know,
before that,
yeah.
Oh
no, you go for it.
I'm all right. I'm taking the handoff here. I think we have, and we haven't done this in a few episodes, so it's we'll see how the song goes. But we have an upstate update. That one wasn't perfect. To be candid, I'm a little bit sick today, so like, you know, if there isn't the same energy behind the jingle, I'm not operating at 100% right now. I'm like at 95%, just a little, you know,
sure,
shaved off.
Sure. Well, listen, I'm going to be honest with you right now. If there were any Speedy Freak or Rattlesnake Pete who was like, you know what, that is the straw that broke the camel's back, and I'm not listening to the show anymore, then you were never a fan to begin with.
Yeah,
you didn't fuck with us to begin with, and quite frankly. Good riddance. I'm kidding. Please stay and listen to our show. So
we'll win you back.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll get you back. You just stay tapped in, my friend, and you're going to go for a ride that you've never experienced in your life. Now, Upstate Update. Check this out. I was over at the Commune in Bed-Stuy. It is a nice event space wine bar. Very cool owner. Shout out to Dean. And the staff's pretty great. And I was hanging out there because I was looking for a new venue for a comedy show. And there's a regular in there, and we're all just chatting the day away. And I said, you know, I am from upstate New York. And he said, where are you from? I said, Binghamton. And he said, I went to college there. And I said, tell me more, sir. I need to know. And we had a great conversation, man. I asked him to, and I do this to anyone, whoever I meet, who's been to Binghamton or gone through Binghamton, as I say, describe Binghamton in one word. You get one word. And he said, eerie.
Yeah.
And I said, yep. You
checks out.
You are absolutely right. And you know, we obviously had talked about Rod Serling and how like the creator of the Twilight Zone is from Binghamton. So you're not wrong. You are not wrong, sir. Yeah. And what was also great, shout out to this dude, and I wish I could remember his name. He led a protest of against a bar in downtown Binghamton that was doing a bunch of racist shit. And if you live in Binghamton, you know who I'm talking about. And he led one of the protests around that because they were discriminating against people going into that bar. So my friend who I met was on the right side of history. And quite frankly, I'm very happy he did that. So shout out to you in our Upstate Update. And also, Rob, we have a review.
That's right.
That has come in.
It's breaking news.
Yeah, this is huge. Remember how we tell you to subscribe, rate, and review our show and share it with a friend and put a 5-star review in Apple Podcasts and let us know your favorite upstate location or person in the review? Well, guess what? Somebody dropped a review.
Hell yeah.
fucking excited to read it, man. I'm gonna give some shout out to my homie Michelle for dropping this review. Salute to you. Thank you for tuning in to the podcast. We are giving you your flowers because you did the right thing. You're on the right side of history. You listened to the show, you rated, you reviewed, and quite frankly, you subscribed because now you told me, she messaged me and said, yeah, I have something new to listen to when I walk my dog.
There you go.
I said, fucking great.
All right.
So let's read this. Shall we read this review?
Let's do it.
Let's go. All right. The Arenas, 5 stars. Just listen to the Arena episode. Well done. Lots of nostalgia. I have to share my first concert at the Arena was to Green Day. Awesome. As someone born and still trapped in the 607, it's the Arena, no other name.
There you go.
Salute to you, Michelle. Thank you so much for taking the time. And folks, that took her what? 5 minutes? Less than? You could be like Michelle.
There you go.
You get that shout out. So rate, review, and subscribe to our show. It's gonna be great. Now, Rob,
Jim,
are you ready to talk about Jim's Steakout?
I've never been more ready in my lifetime to talk about another sandwich from upstate New York.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Let's jump into it. First, I got to give some background. Some background around Jim's Steakout. I went to college at Niagara University, which is right outside of Buffalo, and Jim's Steakout was huge. It was what everyone talked about. It's where you went to go get a sandwich. It was the spot to be. It also became a measure of currency because I once bounced at a concert and I got paid in a loaded steak hoagie.
Man.
Incredible.
Sign me up. Yeah.
It was great. I was like, yo, how much am I making? And they're like, well, I don't have any money, but do you want food? I was like, I do. And Jim's Steakout is right around the corner. And Scott, the guy who was playing the guitar, was like, I will gladly buy you a load of steak hoagie. I said, great. Now, so much of Jim's Steakout being a Buffalo institution. In 2019, and in fact, I looked up the tweet. I had to look up the tweet about it. West Side Gun said, this was August 16th, 2019. West Side Gun posted on Twitter, ask me anything. I'm on my Alchemist shit. Ask me anything. And I did. I asked him what he ordered from Jim's Steakout. And he responded with a Loganberry drink and a steak hoagie. That is his order. How about that?
We need to put Loganberry, I believe Aunt Rosie's Loganberry, if I'm not mistaken, on the future episode list.
Oh, is that a upstate?
It's a Buffalo beverage.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, listen, say less, fam. I'm here for it.
Look, if you subscribe right now, we will talk about Aunt Rosie's Loganberry at some point in the future.
Here for it. I mean, again, there's so many jewels in upstate New York to be discovered. And now I say we talk about what's the story, right? We gave you the background, but like, how did this all come to be? Well, here it is. And this is ripped straight from their website. Okay. This is the genesis, if you will, right? Jim is a real guy from the west side of Buffalo. First sentence.
Yeah.
I'm already hooked.
They like to say a lot on their website, Jim is a real guy.
He's a real guy. And you get like the sense from the website, and again, we're going to talk about their social media presence, that they're very much very tongue-in-cheek, and they're here to say, we're here to bring you some real shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So, Jim is a real guy from the west side of Buffalo. I'm interested. Tell me more. Back in the late 70s, Jim was working various jobs in and out of the restaurant business. He was intrigued with the Philly cheesesteak, which was being introduced at a local restaurant, and wanted to bring it to the Elmwood Village, which is an area in Buffalo. Before he opened his first restaurant, he wanted to develop his own steak sauce. It was a long process of trial and error that took place in his West Side apartment kitchen. Man. Again, you're bringing us, I know, I can see exactly where this is and what is happening, because sure. I have partied on the west side of Buffalo, and I know what it's all about. His wife was slightly irritated because for weeks on end, he would use every glass container in the apartment, constantly changing and improving the sauce until he was satisfied. In 1981, he was ready to open the first Jim's Steakout at 938 Elmwood Avenue between Delavan and Bidwell. He focused on serving all the night owls on Elmwood with high quality food. His new steak sauce, the unheard of chicken finger sub, which is
wow.
also incredible, and good service. So we know the market he is after. The night owls are the drunk maniacs that are running the streets of Buffalo. The bars close at 4 a.m. Just putting it out there. Buffalo is a very drink-heavy town. His pregnant wife worked the day shift, and he took the nights. Jim started the business with very little and worked tirelessly to build the restaurant. He grew that store in a short time to 10-plus very dedicated and hardworking employees. You love to see the blue-collar effort that is in upstate New York. Here for it. Some of the original employees were Mark Coppola, who went on to be a member of the New York State Senate. How about that?
Yeah.
Rudy Alloy, owner of Just Pizza, and Mark Shortino of Marco's Deli, and the spokesperson for Galbani Cheese.
Man, Just Pizza came up in my research a lot as one of the other late night Buffalo spots for food.
Perhaps another one to throw on the list there. Dave Muscarelli began working for Jim several months after opening the first restaurant. He had the same drive for quality food and good service and was instrumental in expanding Jim's Steakout. Dave is still with Jim and operates the Chippewa Street and Main Street locations. So they are all over, right? They have exploded. It is a very regional chain that, again, is spoken very highly of. It is very sacrosanct in Western New York.
And it's only in the Buffalo area, right? I was reading on on Reddit again, is people is there anything like Jim's in Rochester? I just want something similar. And people are no. No, man. You got to go to the 716 for that, baby. Yeah.
On Sundays after Bills games, when the team would visit the next door no-name bar, it was common to have Bruce Smith or Jim Kelly come in. How about that? Celebs just like us. One night after a Jim Kelly golf tournament, he had Jim Kelly, Dan Marino, and John Elway all in the store at the same time.
Those are some names I recognize.
Those are some heavy duty quarterbacks of a certain era.
Yeah.
You know? Jim is no longer working behind the counter because he's too busy counting all his money, but he is involved in the business and says that as long as his name is on the building, the best ingredients are used, and the employees make the hoagies the way they did over 35 years ago. Fucking love to hear it. Jim is very proud to say that Jim's Steakout was born in Buffalo and remains a Buffalo-run business.
Love to hear it.
Yeah, man.
Love to hear it.
You get chills. And not from the Buffalo cold air. I'll tell you that right now, baby. That is an inspiring story.
Let's talk about how they do make these subs. I've got, again, some of this is, actually all this is pulled from their website. They have a lovely description of all their ingredients, and then we'll also get to some of the menu highlights as well. All right. From the website, our owner, yes, his name is Jim, has always made it a point to use the best ingredients we can find. Steak. You'll see many restaurants using Angus beef these days. Over the recent years, it has been gaining in popularity. And yes, Angus beef is good, but certified Angus beef is different. It defines the standard by which all beef is measured. In the 1970s, a group of farmers got together and said, collectively, we can do better. We can produce beef that's extremely tender, juicier, and always packed with flavor. Then they set forth the standards that have become the true mark of the certified Angus beef registered trademark brand.
I was going to say, that is TM, or a R with a circle around it. Anyway.
Today, the vision to be the best of the best remains and is why every cut of beef is judged on 10 quality measures. No other brand of beef is as juicy, as tender, or as full of flavor. If a restaurant states they use Angus beef, then it probably isn't certified Angus beef. If it was, they would have probably said so. Jim's is proud to say that we use certified Angus beef for all steak hoagies, steak subs, and steak tacos.
So you're paying for you're getting what you pay for is what we're trying to say here, folks.
Yep. Chicken. Jim uses tenderloin chicken for all chicken hoagies, tacos, and fingers. Turkey. Jim's uses high-end smoked breast meat turkey. We get in the whole breast and slice it to perfection. Italian sausage. Mineo and Sapio make our Italian sausage. They are another Western New York tradition that started making sausage almost 100 years ago. Look at this.
You love it.
We use Costanzo's rolls for all hoagie, sub, and Kaiser rolls. They've been made in Western New York for over 80 years. Jim, it's not the Booyah Bakery, but I'll allow it.
You're going to let it slide?
I'll allow it.
You let it slide?
Yeah.
All right.
It's all right. I mean, the Booyah Bakery's not open anymore, so,
somebody had to take over.
It's true. This should give you an idea how we view the ingredients that go into Jim's menu. Hey, let's talk about Jim's menu. It's a perfect transition.
There it is.
And it really seems like you can't go wrong. Just by cruising the r/Buffalo subreddit. There's a lot of people saying like, "Hey, I'm going to Jim's for the first time. What should I get?" And a lot of the responses are, "How drunk do you plan on being?" Get one of everything. It really seems like you can't go wrong, but there's a couple that kept coming up a lot. First, the most classic one is Jim's famous steak hoagie.
Yep.
Again, this has got your certified Angus beef or your certified Angus steak chopped on the grill, topped with fried onions, melted cheese, lettuce, tomato, and Jim's secret sauce, all on a toasted Italian roll. If you're looking for sweet peppers and mushrooms, choose a Hoagie Deluxe. Look at this. You get a recommendation in it, too. It's perfect.
And I also would say, make sure you have your Pepto-Bismol on deck.
Oh, my God, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Caramba. But it's worth it. It's going to be worth it. Trust me.
Another one that came up a lot is the Stinger Hoagie. And this is, you got that certified Angus beef. God, I keep saying beef. You have the certified Angus steak and tenderloin chicken fingers chopped up on the grill, topped with fried onions, melted cheese, lettuce, tomato, Frank's Red Hot, and Jim's secret sauce, all on a toasted Italian roll. There's also just a Stinger, not a Stinger Hoagie, that has just Angus steak certified Angus steak.
Right.
Or tenderloin chicken. But you hear a lot of talk about the Stinger. Again, the use of chicken fingers in the sandwiches was revolutionary, right? Also, the tacos are evidently not that bad if you're drunk.
There you go. From the website.
That's not from the website. That's from
okay.
Me.
That's
from me.
That's from you. Okay. All right. Gotcha.
But like for tacos coming from a hoagie place, pretty good. Get a taco. They have some wraps too. There's salads. I think across the board, it all looks pretty damn good. And I was able to, of course, find some newspaper clippings. A lot of them came from the Spectrum, which I think might be a college newspaper. And this comes from 2003, September 17th, in their Best of Buffalo series. And there's actually a lot of articles about gyms or referencing gyms from like 2002, 2003. So I think that there must have been another kind of boom for them then. But let's hear about gyms from the Best of Buffalo. It was awarded, of course, Best After Bar Munchies.
Yeah.
According to Spectrum readers, nothing satisfies more in the late, early hours than chicken fingers or a grease-packed sub at Jim's Steakout. Each of Buffalo's 4 bar districts, Chippewa, Allentown, Elmwood, and the Heights, has a Jim's nearby. Smart.
Yep. Location is everything.
Mm-hmm. The Heights location, Buffalo's newest, is just a short stagger down Main Street from the Steer, Iberia, and Blue. I read all about all 3 of those institutions in another article in the Spectrum. Each weekend, as the evening becomes the next day, students begin to fill the shiny, bright booths. Rowdy but friendly crowds horse around in the spacious dining area while they wait for large portions of tasty fried food.
And I want to point out here real quick, I'm going to jump in here. When the large portions they speak of, yes, this is upstate New York. When the portions are large, they are astronomically large. It's a lot of fucking food.
You can see it in the pictures. They're not hiding it. It's
clear as day.
Absolutely. So favorites include the chicken finger sub, best with blue cheese. Little editorialization, but I'll take it.
Okay.
And Diavolo, concocted of beef and hot peppers. Be careful while eating. Eating, though, grease flows out of the sandwich like a dripping faucet, forming small lakes on the wax paper in which the sub is wrapped.
Great writing there, by the way.
Yeah.
Whoever did that. I tip my hat to you.
Ben Katie.
Ben Katie, you are a poet laureate.
It's true. I mean, we already have an upstate poet laureate, but this could be the poet laureate of Buffalo. You know? We'll see. I mean, maybe they were awarded Best Poet Laureate of Buffalo in the Best of Buffalo 2003 Spectrum article. We'll have to read further.
Sure.
Anyway, the final bit here. Longtime Jim's fans advise customers to order Aunt Rosie's Loganberry. Again, we will absolutely have to talk about this later. And to know what they want when they get to the counter. I would argue you should know that anywhere. But I appreciate the emphasis here. Though everybody has their favorite munchie, Jim's Junkies know you can't go wrong with anything on the menu. Like I said earlier, and that's from 2003. Over 20 years later, that sentiment is still ringing true for Jim's Junkies. We've already kind of talked about it, but this is very much a late night spot. Over half the locations are open till 4 a.m. and then all the others are like either somewhere between 12 and 3 a.m. So they're they're late night hubs for sure.
Yeah. And they'll get you right.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get you right.
I believe you have a few reviews of this fine institution.
Indeed, I do. One of them coming to us from bornbuffalo.com. That is a website dedicated to all things Buffalo. And they had to say this about Jim's Steakout. Jim's Steakout, a cherished institution in Western New York, WNY for short, has been delighting the locals and visitors alike with its delectable offerings and unique take on its iconic Philadelphia cheesesteak since its inception. Known for its commitment to quality and flavor, Jim's Steakout has carved out a niche for itself in the fast food landscape of the area, becoming synonymous with late-night eats, hearty meals, and convivial dining atmosphere.
Love it.
Yeah. Whoever, I'm telling you, man, they're giving it to you. They're giving it. They're all on this.
Like, did Arch Merrill claw himself out of the grave and write some reviews?
The spirit of Arch lives on, man.
Yeah.
Each Jim's Steakout location in Western New York boasts a simple yet inviting setup designed to cater to those seeking a quick bite, as well as those who want to savor their meal in a laid-back setting, or if you're drunk and you can't get up. The interiors are typically characterized by a straightforward decor, focusing on comfort and efficiency with seating arrangements that accommodate both small and large groups. I'm telling you, they went all the way in on this review. I got to give it respect. The star of the menu is, without a doubt, the Philly cheesesteak. Again, Jim's creation, or Jim's, what inspired Jim. A mouth-watering creation featuring thinly sliced steak, melted cheese, and a choice of toppings such as onions, peppers, mushrooms, all nestled within a soft, fresh hoagie roll. What sets Jim's Steakout apart is the quality of the ingredients used, as we talked about earlier. Premium meats and fresh produce ensure that each bite is packed with flavor. Because he made that oath 35 fucking years ago. Said, y'all are going to get some real shit. I'm going to give it to you. In addition to the classic cheesesteak, Jim's Steakout offers a wide array of subs, sandwiches, burgers, chicken fingers, and other fast food favorites. The variety ensures that every customer can find something to satisfy their cravings, unless you're vegan, whether they're in the mood for something meaty, cheesy, or a little bit of both. Jim's Steakout is particularly renowned for its late-night service, making it a go-to spot for night owls and those seeking a satisfying meal after hours. Many of its locations remain open until the early hours of the morning. I can attest to that, providing a much-needed dining option in Western New York when most other eateries are closed for the night. That's the thing, is that when it comes to upstate New York, it is not like our New York City counterpart here in that everything stays open late. Nah, there are a lot of shit is shuttering. The service at Jim's Steakout is consistently fast and friendly, underscoring the chain's dedication to a positive customer experience. The staff is known for their welcoming demeanor and efficiency, ensuring that each order is prepared to perfection and served with a smile. Now, over the years, Jim's Steakout has grown into a local legend, which is a fact, embodying not just a place to eat, but part of Western New York's cultural fabric. Its ability to combine delicious food, a welcoming atmosphere, and convenient service hours has earned it a special place in the hearts of many in the Western New York region. Whether you're a longtime resident or just passing through, a visit to Jim's Steakout promises a tasty and memorable meal that captures the spirit of Western New York's vibrant food scene. Wow. I'm trying to tell you, from the mountaintops. Now, we wouldn't be doing our job here, Rob, if we didn't report on all the things that have happened at Jim's Steakout. Right? Sure. Now, this by no means is reflection of the quality of service. I speak of this firsthand. I've had great food there. There's a legion of fans that would speak on this. However, there was one man who did not. A Buffalo man was charged with facing multiple charges of allegedly trying to set fire to a Jim's Steakout restaurant on Allen Street.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Not looking good for Kenneth Wilcox, age 29. No. Charged with assault, harassment, criminal mischief, and attempted arson. Buffalo police say Wilcox was upset about his food order, left the restaurant, and returned with a bottle of lighter fluid. I feel like, Kenneth, there was something way before this that brought this on. They say he sprayed the lighter fluid on the restaurant floor and tried to start a fire with the lighter.
I mean, geez.
You know, you could just leave a review, Kenneth. There are ways to there's a way to let them know how you feel that it won't result in a lengthy prison stay, which I have to say is probably the fate of one Kenneth.
Yowzers. Oh, man.
Hey, man.
Also, I mean, I'm surprised he attempted to start a fire, but was unsuccessful. I don't know if you know this, Jim. Lighter fluid, famously very flammable. How did he not? I mean, it's a miracle. It's a miracle.
I mean, listen, obviously we are happy to hear he was not successful. In his attempts to set fire to an already fire product, I must say. And, you know, I feel like he may have failed in that perhaps someone was like, hey, what are you doing over there? Yo, my man, You good over there?
Some fleet-footed Jim's employees were on top of it.
Which,
so to speak.
As I've said before, man, upstate New York can be a pretty violent place.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
As we're learning.
Yeah.
Episode after episode.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like, though, if at episode 58, you're like, wait a minute, there's violence up there? Woo! All right, man. It ain't the suburbs in that respect.
It's true. Well, I was able to find two really delightful stories that relate to gyms that are a little bit different.
Sure.
And these both just come from Jim's Steakout's Facebook page. They're very active. They love a meme. They're pretty good at it. Like it's like they're nailing the Jim's specific content. As someone who does a little bit of social media work, they are dialed in.
Sure.
So this first thing I found is the unauthorized Jim Steakout musical, and it's happening. It's being worked on now. It seems amazing. So
that's great. I love it.
This is from a post that Jim's then shared. Describing it. In this new musical, 6 strangers stumble into a Jim's during a once-in-a-generation storm. What happens next is something only the imaginations of Justin Karcher and Stephen Edward can dream up. The unauthorized Jim Steakout musical will receive readings, workshops, and development support throughout the year from Alleyways Alleyworks Development Series, which is a theater in Buffalo. I'm going to read about them in a second because their website, also great.
Sure.
Jim's and Alleyworks or the Alleyways websites. Whoever's doing the copy for all of these, they're doing
the Lord's work.
They really are. The play just had a reading this month on the 21st, so it's like actively in development. I think it'll likely be staged, from what I can tell, at Alleyways. Or at the Alleyway Theater. You better believe we're gonna have upstate updates on this in the future. I'm gonna keep an eye out. There's again, it's just starting to get up and running. So there's no there's just like an advertisement, what would be on like a playbill kind of thing. So there's we don't know what the songs sound like yet. Jim, there's songs. It's a musical.
That's incredible.
I mean, I'm excited. I hope we can. We're gonna see it. I'm saying it now. We're gonna find a way. It's gonna come to Broadway. Oh hell yeah. We're gonna bankroll it.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
We'll be gold level sponsors. Anyway, so just to plug the Alleyway Theater, because they're doing some really cool things for theater in Buffalo, like putting on a Jim Steakout musical. This is from, again, their main page. One, they are located at One Curtain Up Alley. Great name for a theater.
Sure.
Love it. This is from their website. Every seat, a new adventure. Hey there, adventurer. It's time to trade that remote for a ticket stub and experience the magic of live theater. Forget binge watching. We're talking about real life, heart-pounding, laugh-out-loud entertainment that happens right before your eyes. So what's it going to be? Another night of doom scrolling or a season of unforgettable live theater? Your future self will thank you for the memories. It's the best plug for theater I've ever heard.
That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
I have to say.
It's, I love it.
And they're putting up a Jim Steakout inspired play. Come on, man.
Yeah, dude. Among other things.
Doesn't get more Western New York than that.
No, it's true. And then to cap it all off, Jim Steakout again shared this back on like October 2nd. And they wrote, by sharing it on our Facebook page, does that now make it authorized? Awesome.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay, so to kind of close this out here, I found a really heartwarming story. It's actually about Jim's brother. For all the mention of Jim, there's not much mention about him other than that he exists and is real. So I was like, let me see if I can learn something about this Jim gym guy. And like even his last name's not listed really anywhere on the website that I could find. So when I typed in his name and finally found his last name, the thing that came up was something about the Bubble Man of Allentown. And Jim, my interest was piqued.
Sure. Let's go.
So sadly, this I learned about him because the Bubble Man passed, and the Bubble Man was Jim's brother. His name was Chuck, and this came from Jim's Facebook page on the 19th of January, 2022. And I'm just going to read it. Chuck was a real character and tied in directly to one Jim's Steakout in particular. So here we go. Let's learn about the Bubble Man. We are saddened to share the news of the recent passing of our family member and good friend to all Allentown, Mr. Charles Chuck Incorvia. Chuck passed away peacefully last night in his sleep after battling a long illness at the age of 75. He is survived by his son, Christopher. Most of you may know Chuck as the Bubble Man. For decades, he would make everyone smile by blowing bubbles out of his window above our Jim's Steakout location on Allen and Elmwood.
Oh.
Doesn't matter the time of day. If you found yourself on the corner and looked up, you'd see bubbles shower down on Allen Street from the early morning to the late night. Chuck knew how much brighter he had made everyone's day when they would see his bubbles. Besides being the Bubble Man, did you know Chuck was also a Navy veteran too? Chuck was proud to have served our country in the U.S. military. He was interviewed many times over the years by different TV stations, newspapers, and even the Library of Congress, who has the story of Chuck's fun hobby listed in their archives. Mm-hmm. The Buffalo News once called him the eyes of the neighborhood because of how he's always keeping an eye on everything that is happening down below. And kind of like any picture you'd see of him, it's like him hanging out, like a second or third story window above this Jim's Steakout, just hanging out, blowing bubbles. He has some bubble machines going too.
Okay.
But
I was going to say, was there any sort of assistance with this?
Mm-hmm. Yep, definitely some bubble machines for sure, but like
Great.
Bubbles just going at all hours. And like beautiful pictures of bubbles just floating down across a Buffalo intersection. Let's continue on. We know Chuck will continue keeping an eye on all of us, just from much higher. That is heartbreakingly sweet. We'll be planning a celebration of his life that we would like to have something this spring, as well as setting up a fund to raise money for the Veterans Hospital in his name. Stay tuned for details on that in the future. Chuck was a good man who just loved to see people smile. He will greatly be missed by the entire Western New York community. If you have a bottle of bubbles lying around, we encourage you to blow some today in his memory.
Listen, I'm not crying. You guys are. All right.
Yeah, it's
that
a
is
real
a heart.
sweet.
Yeah, that's a heartfelt message there. And rest in peace to Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
Send an RIP out.
And it didn't mention it in this post, but in some of he's interviewed a ton of times. There were a lot of different Buffalo news outlets that reported on his passing, and like blowing bubbles was kind of part of, it seemed to be like dealing with like PTSD from being in the Navy, and like doing just the simple act of blowing bubbles, helped him deal with some of that, and helped him, allowed him to spread some joy to people, just from blowing bubbles out of a window above a Jim's Steakout, which is very sweet. Jim, I don't know if we'll ever end an episode on such a delightful sentiment, and I don't think we should try. I really don't. I really don't.
Yeah, we're not going to try and shoot for that. That's going to be crazy.
No. Yeah, Hey, do you know what our Speedy Freaks and Rattlesnake Pete's and any would-be bubble men or women or people out there can do, though?
Tell us.
They can subscribe, rate, and review. They can spread a little joy by helping others find this podcast. That's an okay transition, right?
Yeah, that's fine. It worked.
Sure. Just like you would blow bubbles over an intersection, send this episode to a friend. Mm-hmm. The analogy's breaking down a little bit. But much like a bubble would soon pop. So sure. As this analogy. So hey, send this episode to a friend. It helps us out a lot. Again, like Jim said up top, if you subscribe, rate, and review the show, throw in a recommendation for something you would like us to cover in a future episode. You know, if you really want a Loganberry episode, throw it in there, man.
We can make it happen.
You could.
We can make it happen for you.
Even though we've already committed to doing it, you can.
It could be expedited a lot quicker.
Hey, you know what?
Should you drop something there?
That's true. That
you know what I mean?
True. Well, while people are waiting for us to drop next week's episode, do you have anything to recommend to our listeners, Jim?
I do. All right. So, again, hear me out. You just finished a stinger, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're feeling great. You just got done dancing you know what off on Chippewa. Feeling great. And you're like, you know what? I need a good nightcap to fall asleep to. Well, here's what you do. Is you go, you buy Upstate Understandings. It's my comedy album, okay? It's incredible. You're going to love it. Produced by my homie Rob Adler. It's a tour de force. It's a trip through upstate New York. It's very funny. It's available at jimsearch.bandcamp.com. It's also available on all digital streaming platforms. So iTunes, Stitcher, wherever you listen to things, you can listen to my album. Go to jimsearchcomedy.com. That is a place to see like show dates and things of that nature. This is going to be out. What is it? Oh yeah, this the 29th, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to be a couple places this next week. I'm going to be at We Have Fun over at Young Ethel's on the 4th. I'm going to be at Story Collider at Pier 57 on the 5th. And then I'm going to be at Bushwick Comedy Club on the 6th. So the 4th, the 5th, the 6th. There's going to be a whole lot of comedy and storytelling happening, folks. So come on and check me out. JimSearchComedy.com is a place to get all the details for that. Rob, they bought tickets to everything.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
They're pulling up. They're just they've got it. They're locked in. But yet they're saying to themselves, what if there was a soundtrack to accompany on my ride? Can you help them with that?
Oh, totally. Let's just say you're a little distraught because you wanted to write a musical about Jim Steakout and you realized you're the second person to have that idea, or third because there's 2 people working on it right now.
Right.
So you're distraught, you're a little dismayed, but then you remember no one has written a Speedy musical yet. So you're looking for inspiration. You head to brooklynfrequency.bandcamp.com. You grab my album, New York Sticky. It's a great instrumental album. There's no lyrics. You can just use my Look, guys, I would love for you to buy the album. However, if you're going to write a Speedy musical, I will let you have the music for free. There's no lyrics in any of my music. Just go grab those tracks. Write some Speedy-related lyrics, and they're yours. You can take them. So go grab that and make your own Speedy musical, and things will be great. Also, check out Jim and I's documentary. It's also called Understanding Upstate. Hey, I remembered the name of it this week. It's the same name as this podcast, and it's available for free. It's up on YouTube. It's a quick 30-minute watch, and like Jim said, we're hanging out in Binghamton for it. So if you want to check out some of the things we've referenced, even today, we talk about Rod Serling in there a little bit, even, right?
Yep.
So go check that out. Link in the description for it. Jim.
Yes.
Talked a lot about Jim Steakout today.
We did.
And delightful things like the Bubble Man of Allentown. What are some delightful things, or what is the delightful thing that we're going to be talking about?
Oh, man. All I know is there's going to be some real savings coming your way next week.
Oh, that's right. I forgot what we were talking about, but then the hint reminded me.
There you go.
So it's really working. All right. Jim.
Yes.
It's that time of the episode where I say a ridiculous up pun that I usually think of off the top of my head, despite there being a slot for me to type it in and think it out in advance on our episode sheet. Are you ready to hear what I've got?
I've never been more ready for anything.
Well, hey, I'm gonna go order a Stinger Hoagie and watch him chop up some certified Angus steak and chicken fingers. So let's get on out of here. I got there.
Yeah,
I'm going to edit out all the pauses, so it's going to sound seamless.
Bye. Understanding Upstate is a podcast hosted by Jim Search and Rob Adler, edited by Rob Adler, and music from Regal Monk.